Slight break last week, but not that far away from it being time to go wild. It's another Time to Go Wild radio podcast. We are available via YouTube and Podbean, picked up by Google Podcasts and Amazon Music Podcasts and other podcast streaming services, hopefully. If you want to contact us throughout the week, you can do via Facebook or twitter.com/TTGW Radio. Email ttgwradio@outlook.com or text 07849 767755. Oh, been a busy couple of weeks and a lot going on. Hopefully, we'll get as much of it in as we can without overrunning too much. You know what to do. Stay with us. It's time to go wild. Hello and welcome to another Time to Go Wild radio podcast. 2 weeks since the last one for numerous reasons, one of which I was absolutely snowed under last week, so there were a few things that had to be shuffled around, and those of you who are regular followers of the YKK Widnes Wild will know that there were some interesting events happening over the last week and, 2 weeks nearly now. So we will address those in a little while. But first, so that we can break ourselves back into things, you know what? I think we better do our usual little roundup of last week's scores, shall we? That way we can dust the cobwebs off. Well, there's quite a few to go. So we'll go back to Tuesday 24th of January with the Elite League first. Glasgow Clan 3, Cardiff Devils 2 after overtime. Friday 27th of January, Belfast Giants 5, Sheffield Steelers 3. Glasgow Clan 1, Guildford Flames 5. On Saturday, Guildford Flames 4, Coventry Blaze 3, Manchester Storm 2, Nottingham Panthers 0, Cardiff Devils 7, Fife Flyers 1, Belfast Giants 1, Sheffield Steelers 0 after a shootout. On Sunday, Nottingham Panthers 1, Glasgow Clan 2, Dundee Stars 4, Cardiff Devils 5, Fife Flyers 5, Manchester Storm 4 after overtime. Planet Ice NIHL National League from Friday 27th of January. Leeds Knights 5, Sheffield Steel Dogs 3. Peterborough Phantoms 4, Milton Keynes Lightning 3. On Saturday, Basingstoke Bison 5, Hull Seahawks 4. Bristol Pitbulls 7, Telford Tigers 5. Milton Keynes Lightning 4, Leeds Knights 5 after overtime. Sheffield Steel Dogs 4, Raiders 1. Swindon Wildcats 6, Bees 3. On Sunday, Bees 7, Basingstoke Bison 8. Peterborough Phantoms 1, Swindon Wildcats 4. Raiders 4, Hull Seahawks 2. Sheffield Steel Dogs 9, Bristol Pitbulls 5. Telford Tigers 4, Leeds Knights 8. NIHL Division 1 North Morley from Saturday. Billingham Stars 8, Nottingham Lions 2. Deeside Dragons 2, Whitley Warriors 8. Solway Sharks 9, Blackburn Hawks 0. Widnes Wild 5, Sheffield Scimitars 3. On Sunday, Blackburn Hawks 1, Billingham Stars 9. Nottingham Lions 1, Solihull Barons 5. Sheffield Scimitars 2, Deeside Dragons 4. Whitley Warriors 6, Widnes Wild 1. NIHL Division 2 North Laidler action from Saturday. Coventry NIHL Blaze 4, Sheffield Titans 3. Hull Jets 9, Bradford Bulldogs 1. Telford Tigers N2 8, Altrincham Aces 1, that was a cup semi-final. And on Saturday, Altrincham Aces 1, Hull Jets 7. That rounds up the scores from the past week. More on the next edition. Well, some seriously big scores there. Looking at the Elite League, in some big ones there. On Saturday, Cardiff 7, Fife 1. Big score. Big win for the Manchester Storm as well on Saturday, a 2-0 win over the Nottingham Panthers. Big scoring game up in Fife as well on Sunday, 5-4 in overtime for the Fife Flyers against the Manchester Storm. Moving into National League, one of the biggest ones there, well, two of the big ones. On Saturday, Bristol Pitbulls 7, Telford Tigers 5. But on Sunday, Bees 7, Basingstoke Bison 8. Wow. If I was a videographer, I would be absolutely crying. Now, in terms of action, don't get me wrong. There's plenty of action. However, 15 goals. Editing together. Because most people want to watch goals and maybe, scuffles and some quality saves. But 15 goals to put in a highlight reel. That's just... I've been there. I have actually, as a videographer, I have actually been in that position when we've had a game that had that many kind of goals and incidents and stuff. And you're like going, oh my goodness, is the edit ever going to end? I mean, it looks great. Don't get me wrong, it looks great at the end. But it's like... sometimes it's just too much. And then you can go to the other extreme, where in the Elite League on Saturday, Belfast Giants 1, Sheffield Steelers 0 after a shootout. 0-0 after regulation. 0-0 overtime. Then you go to shootout. Sometimes you're like, okay, there might be some great saves, but it's like, I've got to try and, keep the momentum going. It's like, it's almost one extreme to the other there. One game's basically 0-0 all the way through to it, and then a shootout. And the other one is an absolute goal fest. Where do you go? Where do you go? Answers on a postcard, as they say. And, of course, your YKK Widnes Wild in action. I mean, the previous weekend against the Solway Sharks was a bit of a blowout, but they came good against Solihull and managed to get a point. And then, of course, we all mentioned in the news about some of the recent changes, but coming back with a 5-3 win on Saturday against Sheffield. Going down 6-1 up in Whitley, a 4-0 first period, but then coming on strong in the second and third. Okay, only got one, but basically second and third periods were basically a 2-1 game. So, sometimes it can happen. But Whitley, Solway and now Billingham are really coming in strong, with Billingham beating Blackburn by 9-1 on Sunday and beating the Nottingham Lions on Saturday by 8-2. I mean, they've really, really come on strong in this second part of the season. So, before we go to the post-match interview, I think we need to do a couple of items of news. Oh, I'm playing the wrong hook. First up, we should go to the Elite League. And recently, Mark Richardson of the Cardiff Devils has reached a 1,000th Elite League game. So congratulations to Mark. He was honoured prior to the Cardiff Devils game in Dundee with a bottle of whiskey and Quaich, Quaich, in a pre-game ceremony to mark the landmark. So congratulations, Mark. I've seen Mark play quite a few times. There's only a couple of players who've reached that so far. One of them is Jonathan Phillips and the other is Matthew Myers. So they've broke. So there's only 3 at the moment that are I've found that are on the 1,000 game mark in the Elite League. Now coming on to the news, of course, in our own YKK Widnes Wild, where last week our now previous player, coach Richard Hagger, departed the club, and many of you have seen, and of course he's been a pivotal part in the past of the Hull Jets, and he has rejoined the Hull Jets, and a new player coach has been appointed for the YKK Widnes Wild, and it is our very own Joey Coulter. And He was very good after the game. I finally managed to get round to having a few words. Tried early in the season, a few technical difficulties, but as our now player coach, I caught up with Joey Coulter after the match on Saturday, and this is what he had to say.
Well, after an end-to-end affair between the YKK Widnes Wild and the Sheffield Scimitars at Planet Ice Widnes, I'm with our new player coach, Joey Coulter. Well, Joey, first game in charge and a win to boot.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I couldn't have asked for any more from the boys. We've got a certain way that we want to play, and I think every fan in the building can see that we've got a bit of a different identity going forward. I was just saying to the boys there, I'm disappointed with the scoreline because I don't think that reflects how dominant we were. You know, I thought we controlled 55 minutes of the game, and to come with a 5-3 win, it's 2 points on the boards. You know, we're happy with that. I thought we were dominant. I asked the boys to compete, and we did everything I asked, so I'm proud of them. You know, it made my job very, very easy tonight. So
I mean, last week was one of those weekends. Saturday's game against Solway, well, it was what it was. The Sunday game down in Solihull was a different affair, much tighter with overtime. At least that was a proper league game anyway, so you know, it's a point on the board from that, 2 points from tonight, so moving forward in the right direction.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, well, you know, we're on a winning streak of 1 at the moment, and we're going to Whitley tomorrow. A bit of a wounded animal. Some of the results haven't went their way, so you know, when they're done, we're going to try and capitalise on that. And I think that we've got the boys in that room that can do it hands down. So get to ask the same of them again. I'm going to ask more. Obviously, we're playing second place team, but everything I've thrown at them so far, they've taken it with a bit of pride. So yeah, feeling confident getting 2 points tomorrow.
I mean, next week it's a big derby game. D-side, you've got an idea what it's like now between Widnes and D-side now that we're playing, and it's a big game. They always are when we play D-side, so you know what to expect from the first affair here. It's going to be tough.
Oh, 100%. They've got some fantastic players, and obviously they're new into the league, but they've got a pretty good organisation. And yeah, it doesn't matter. It's a derby game, you know what I mean? It is solid. Doesn't matter how good we are, we know a derby game's going to be close. You know, it doesn't matter who's in the best form, it's going to be tight, and if we keep playing the way that we're playing, we're going to get better and better, and we're going to edge it out 100%. I'm confident. Like I said before, we've got the boys in there to win every game of this league. You know.
I mean, you had your spell here during the lockdown games, went back to Leeds, you came back this year. How did it feel sort of coming back and putting on the wild colours? Because I didn't get to catch up with you earlier in the season.
Yeah. When I'm playing, I kind of like to hide behind the scenes until I'm on the ice. So my apologies for that. Probably should have been a bit more involved. But no, it's good. I'm absolutely loving my time here. Obviously, I love my time when Hager was here as well, but obviously we've had our differences there and he's left the club. So I'm just thankful to Danny and Georgia for giving me this opportunity, and I think when we put on performance like that, you know, it was tantalising at times. So hopefully I've kind of gained their trust after one training and one game. You know, I can kind of answer the bell that they've put up on me. So yeah, no, I'm loving it. Love it here.
Well, I mean, it's a team where you've seen the crowds. I mean, playing behind closed doors is one thing. You've got used to the crowds here. It might be a small barn, but they're a noisy bunch.
Oh, I can't believe how old it is in here. You'd think it was thousands upon thousands. It's crazy. And like I say, like, obviously we're playing Scimitars tonight. They don't really bring any away fans with them. So that was all just Widnes. All Widnes making that noise, and it was rocking. You know what I mean? It was, especially when we scored that last one, I thought the building was going to fall down. So, very amazed by how committed the guys are. Even the away games, you know, there's always that army of black and yellow wherever we go. So thanks, guys. Keep turning up and we'll keep putting the performances in.
Well, I'll keep the smile on your face, let you go and rest up, ready for tomorrow. And thanks for joining me.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for having me.
Thanks, Joey, for sparing a little bit of time just to speak to us. The celebrations in the dressing room, you could hear it probably in the background. Sort of. It's a strange feeling, of course, you know, having a significant player change and a coaching change pretty much halfway through the season. It's been a tough time I mean, we all naturally, I've known Rich Hagger for quite a few years and known of him for the past. We wish him well for the future. Undoubtedly, he will be a pivotal part of the Hull Jets. And on a personal view, thank goodness we'll not have to go up against Rich in the near future anyway, because we've all seen and we all know just how much firepower and determination he brings to a team. And knowing the players he'll be playing alongside at the Hull Jets, how much of a bonus it's going to be. He's rejoining Kieran Beach, who had a small spell with us here at Widnes. And Tom Brearley, of course. I'm having a brain blank. Tom Brearley is also with the Hull Jets this year, and a few other names that we've known across the years. So, that Widnes' loss is Hull's gain. Widnes are restructuring, and we do. That's what you do in this sport, and teams make changes. Another notable change around the leagues actually was at Manchester Storm, with Hayden Levine parting company with the Manchester Storm. He has now, I can't remember the goaltender's name at Sheffield, but he has now joined the Sheffield Steelers. So there are changes, because Jeremy Bradeau's taken over the number 1 slot at the Manchester Storm. Ice hockey can throw some very, very strange things around when you least expect it. So, where shall we go now? I think a little bit of table talk as we jump to, first, the Elite League. And there is actually a little bit of an extra announcement you may have seen regarding places in the Elite League's table. So first off, we'll just do the usual games played and points. Starting in 10th position, Dundee Stars, 37 games for 22 points. In 9th, Fife Flyers, 38 games, 26 points. Glasgow Clan in 8th now, 41 games, 27 points. Manchester Storm in 7th, 36 games and 30 points. They're hot on the heels of the Nottingham Panthers, who are 6th, 36 games, 31 points. Bit of a gap opens up now to 5th position, Coventry Blaze, 36 games and 45 points. Another gap now to 4th, Belfast Giants, 36 games, 53 points. They are tied with the Sheffield Steelers in 3rd place, 36 games and 53 points. Just above them, the Cardiff Devils, also on 36 games and 55 points. After having a little spell away from the top, the Guildford Flames, 36 games and 59 points. And the Guildford Flames have actually clinched a place in the Elite League playoffs. They cannot fall outside the playoff standing, so their playoff quarterfinals position has been confirmed. So congratulations to Guildford on already obtaining their playoff place for the postseason competition. We move now to the Planet Ice National League, as we start with 11th position, which is the Hull Seahawks. 39 games and 15 points. The Bees in 10th, 38 games, 18 points. Bristol Pit Bulls in 9th, 39 games and 27 points. Just above them, Telford Tigers on 39 games, 27 points as well. Basingstoke Bison in 7th, 38 games, 29 points. Raiders in 6th, 37 games, 41 points. Swindon Wildcats in 5th, 39 games, 45 points. The Sheffield Steel Dogs in 4th, 37 games and 52 points. So quite a bit of a gap building there between 4th and 5th. In 3rd, Peterborough Phantoms, 38 games and 60 points. Just above them, the Milton Keynes Lightning in 2nd, 38 games and 62 points. And I'll say clearish at the top of the National League, the Leeds Knights, 36 games, so 2 games in hand on both Milton Keynes and Peterborough, and they're on 64 points, so 2 points ahead, but 2 games in hand. Jump down 2 levels now to Division 2 North Laidler. Bradford Bulldogs in 8th, 17 games and 8 points. Nipping at the heels of the Nottingham Lions, who are on 18 games and 9 points in 7th. Sutton Sting in 6th position, 17 games, 17 points. Sheffield Titans in 5th, 19 games, 17 points. Coventry NIHL Blaze, having had a year or so out, back in up to 4th now, 19 games, 18 points. Altrincham Aces in 3rd, 18 games and 20 points. But a sizable gap now between them in 3rd and the Hull Jets in 2nd, 18 games and 32 points, and they are tied now, with the Telford Tigers NIHL 2, who are currently at the top on, again, 18 games, 32 points. So, it's nip and tuck at the top of Laidler this year. Who will it be? Telford or Hull? That is basically now a 2-horse race to me. Can go either way, because as we all know from past, both teams are very, very strong. Anything can happen there. But we now come to the league for our YKK Widnes Wild, which is Division 1 North Morley. At the moment, Sheffield Scimitars at the bottom at 9th place, 22 games and only 1 point. Nottingham Lions in 8th, 19 games and 8 points. Then a bit of a jump now. In 7th, the Deeside Dragons, 16 games, 15 points. They're level on points with 6th position Blackburn Hawks, 21 games, 15 points. Then it's your YKK Widnes Wild in 5th, 20 games, 22 points. Then there's a bit of a gap now. 4th position, Solihull Barons, 19 games, 27 points. Billingham Stars having a resurgence this year, but still quite tight between them and Solihull. Billingham Stars 3rd, 23 games and 30 points. A little bit of a gap now. 2nd position, Whitley Warriors, 21 games, 35 points. They're tied at the moment now with the still at top of the shop Solway Sharks, 19 games though, so 2 in hand and 35 points. So it's 2-horse race, is it? At the top, I'm still saying it's a 2-horse race between Solway and Whitley. At the moment, Solway have the edge, 19 and 35 against 21 games and 35, so 2 games in hand. The team that's going to be playing an awful lot of double head games, home away or double home or double away, the Deeside Dragons playing catch up, as they've only played 16 games so far this season. But they are hot on the heels of the Blackburn Hawks because they're on equal points. So yeah, 5 games in it. So they've got 5 games in hand on Blackburn, but level points. So who knows what's going to happen there? Anything can happen. Widnes at the moment, we're 5th. We're clear of Blackburn, but with Deeside's games in hand, they can be catching up very, very quickly if fixtures go the way they hope. Who knows? Who knows? So, that is our little bit of a league roundup. I apologise for the sort of a bit of lack of content recently in the Time to Go Wild podcasts. Things have been very busy, so hopefully we will be trying to do a few more things, maybe towards the back end of the season. So, where does that leave us? I think it really basically leaves us with the last usual segment. Ah, yes. Our little bit where we run down, of course, the usual bits and bobs. First up, though, before I get on to all the social media bits, we shall do the up-and-coming fixtures. And we go to Saturday the 4th of February. So what we have coming up are, on Saturday, the Leeds Under-12s host the Widnes Under-12s at 4:45 p.m. And then the Widnes Under-16s will be hosting Sheffield's Under-16s at Planet Ice Widnes at 5:30. On Sunday the 5th of February, we've got the Widnes Wild Ladies hosting the Kingston Diamonds, or I should say the DM UK Widnes Wild Women, the correct title, hosting the Kingston Diamonds at 4:15. And down the road in Deeside, the Deeside Dragons will be hosting your YKK Widnes Wild. Face-off time I've got that for that is 5 p.m. Then the following week, the Saturday the 11th of February, the Mercians under-18s will host the Widnes under-18s. Unfortunately, I haven't got a time for that one. And your Widnes under-10s will be in cross-ice action in Bradford. Unfortunately, I haven't got a time. That says to be confirmed. And the game between the YKK Widnes Wild and the Solihull Barons on that day has been rescheduled now. That game has been rescheduled for later on in the season. Because, of course, on the 9th, 10th and 11th of February, there are international games taking place. GB under-16s, girls I think it is, will be playing games at Planet Ice Widnes on those 3 dates. However, Sunday the 12th of February, your YKK Widnes Wild are back in action at Planet Ice Widnes against the Solway Sharks, 5:30 p.m. Saturday the 18th of February, you've got a busy weekend of hockey happening. It is a very busy weekend. First off, we've got in women's hockey, we've got Grimsby hosting the DMUK Widnes Wild Women. I haven't got a confirmed face-off time for that one, unfortunately. But that's Saturday the 18th of February. Then we have back at Planet Ice Widnes. The Widnes under-14s will host the Blackburn under-14s at 4:20. And then the Widnes under-18s host Leeds under-18s at 6 p.m. Down the way in Solihull, the Solihull under-16s host Widnes under-16s at 6:20. And I haven't got a confirmed time for this, but there's a scheduled game between the D-Side Dragons and your YKK Widnes Wild in D-Side on Saturday the 18th of February. Hopefully for the next podcast we will get a confirmed face-off time. And finally, for this little roundup, Sunday the 19th of February, we've got the Sheffield Scimitars hosting the YKK Widnes Wild. Now, there's 2 times possibly for this. The one that I have available is 1 p.m. However, please check in advance and we will be checking that time. Our Widnes under-10s will be in action at Bradford. The time I've got for that is 5 p.m. And the Solihull under-14s will be hosting the Widnes under-14s at 6:20. That's the best fixture list I have available to me at the moment. But of course, keep an eye on all the social media outlets and usual sources to make sure you confirm your face-off and game times. Of course, if you want anything to do with your YKK Widnes Wild, you can do via widneswild.co.uk. There is also the social media outlets, Facebook or twitter.com/WidnesWild. There's instagram.com/WidnesWildOfficial, and our YouTube video portal, youtube.com/WidnesWild Ice Hockey Club. Of course, if you want to check out the own and loan shirts, podcast information, ticket information, go onto the website. And of course, the own and loan shirts are all £80 for those that are remaining. You never know, you might pick up and one for one of the players who's really stood out for you. Of course, we also thank our sponsors, YKK, our title sponsor, Fresco Environmental, our home penalty box sponsor, as well as Spriggs & Son, MPG, Crosscheck Clothing, Puck Drop, University of Salford, and of course our charity, again this year's the Halton Haven Hospice. Wow. Sometimes with timing, you can actually finish a link right as the little sound bed is completed. One last little bit.
That's the sound of the police. That's the sound of the beast.
I love playing that one. Oh, but because who's on the current naughty step? Oh dear. So this was published from the NIHL discipline updates from January the 27th. And we've got Joseph Llewellyn of the Oxford City Stars in Division 1 South, I should say. He received a game misconduct penalty for obscene gestures towards an official in a game against Invicta Dynamos on the 21st of January. Been assessed as a Tier 1 and got a 4-game suspension. Christian Moore of the Slough Jets in Div 1 South, I should say. Get your teething. Received a match penalty for kicking in the game against the Solent Devils on Saturday 21st. Tier 1 tariff, 3-game suspension. Edward Stedman of Invicta Dynamos in Div 1 South got a 5+ game misconduct penalty for headbutting in a game against Chelmsford Chieftains on Sunday 22nd. It's Tier 1. He got 4 games. And Ian Kerman of the Hull Jets, it says NIHL Division 1, but it's NIHL Division 2, reached the penalty point tariff of 10 points on the 21st of January, and he's got 2 games. And Samuel Austin of Chelmsford Warriors in NIHL Division 2 South has also reached a threshold of 10 points, and he's also got 2-game suspension.
That's the sound of the police. That's the sound of the beast.
Oh dear, naughty boys on the naughty step once again. But hockey, well, it's passion, it's feisty, it's lively. That's why we watch it. So, as you can hear me shuffling the papers in the background, there is a reasonable amount of hockey going on this coming weekend. Down at Planet Ice Widnes, get yourselves down if you want to see some of our juniors in action. And they love the support. We do make it as big as possible for them. Our under-16s face Sheffield. Our under-16s face Sheffield at the face-off time. I've currently got is 5:30, but again, check to make sure it hasn't gone earlier. And then on Sunday, if you're not going to make the trek to D-side, come down 4:15, support the Widnes Wild Women. They'll love you forever. They're working so hard. They had a bit of a slip the other weekend, but they really are trying hard. It's a tough division that they're in now because it's actually gotten really tight at the top. They are fighting. They want to get back up into the Division 1, what used to be called Premier. It's now Division 1, so what was Div 1 is now Div 2. I know. It's like football where they change all the division names. But this is hockey, this is sport, and this is why we watch it all. Of course, big shout out to everyone out there who's been supporting us. Our 50/50 sellers once again did us absolute wonders, and you, the fans, brilliant for participating and ensuring that once again our 50/50 prize at Widnes was over £100. You've got to be in it to win it, and I think it was this week, the winner of the 50/50, we've had a few winners of 50/50s who've not really played it before, so they're going, what does it mean 50/50? I said, well, it means what it means. You put your £1 in and half goes in the prize pot, half goes into the funds. And then they realise, when they see £110 or £120, they're like, wow. You look around, crumbs. It's a good little bonus. Your pocket can go home that little bit heavier. And of course, as always, I do send a big shout out as well to all of the mascots who take part each week. I mean, most of the time these days, they are my assistants and targets at the Chuck-a-Duck, and they do work so well. And we do like to spoil them, make a big fuss of them all. So, again, to everyone who helps make hockey work in Widnes and around the country, a big thank you to you all. Without you, it doesn't happen. It just doesn't happen. Players are there. They need the officials. They work their socks off. Players work their socks off. And the supporters, wherever you are, however few or how many you are, thank you. So, final closing remarks from me. Wherever you are and wherever you get your hockey, as usual, enjoy it. Be loud and proud for your team. From the Time to Go Wild podcast for another week. Take care, and I'll catch you soon. Ta-ra!